Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. We're going to tap in and get some messages for our channel. All right, don't take anything that doesn't resonate with you, okay? Let's take a deep breath in. Release. Take another one. Release. One more. And release. So, something I wanted to share with the group. I know I've shared this before, but it's called the Ho'oponopono. And I thought that this might be good for releasing and forgiving. And so I'm going to share it with you at this time. It goes a little bit like this. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. I'm grateful for you. And you repeat that 11 times. And while you're doing that, you're taking slow, deep breaths, okay? So that's for some of you. If you're interested, all right, let's call on our angels, saints, ancestors, and spirit guides into our space to provide love and divine messages for our highest and greatest good. All right, we are surrounded in divine white light and love. We are in the presence of union, potentially. And that was another reason why I wanted to share that prayer. I have here, our union energy needs clearing. Repeat this 11 times with slow, deep breaths. Okay, this is the Ho'oponopono prayer. Okay, and then I have a 2 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. All right. So for those who are calling in to their reality and attracting what they desire, okay, 1111 here, we are coming into union. So that is specifically for those watching that are, working on aligning for their highest and greatest good, okay? All right, let's get some messages for our channel, please and thank you. I just saw the 10 of Cups like float. So, the moon. Howling at the moon. All right, Page of Wands. Moon, Page of Wands. It's like what you don't see coming. What you don't see coming. 8 of Wands. You're definitely trusting your intuition at this time. You could be imagining things, right? Really focusing on what you desire, okay? I have a 7 of Cups and a 10 of Cups. And then I have an 8 of Wands, bottom of the deck. Remember how I said I saw the 10 of Cups kind of float by? It kind of like peaked and went back. 7 of Cups. Page of Wands. The moon. Look at this. I mean, come on. Look at 8 of Wands, King of Cups, the World card. You're definitely at a pivotal point in your life. You've experienced quite a bit. And through that experience, you've reached a level of expertise, right? It's like you're ready to move to the next level. Okay, there's like a successful journey playing out here. I'm also getting there's a bit of like observing, okay? And there's also like maybe action that's needing to happen here. There could be like tapping into your intuition before taking action on things to make sure that you're aligning with things for your highest and greatest good. So sometimes there's distractions that come in, right? And it's almost like, are you still falling for the same old tricks, or have you learned from your experience? All right, so there could be a bit of that. You may have experienced a need to use your discernment here. I'm getting this Page of Wands could be going in a new direction. Maybe there's a bit of travel or adventure, new experiences even. maybe a path that you're taking. Maybe it's a newfound interest. I am getting like there's like potentially somebody observing, right? Maybe they're watching to see what happens. Okay. I'm getting there's some sort of connection here. 10 of Cups. I'm getting like there could be someone who's maybe hidden. I'm getting with the Moon and the 7 of Cups and the Page of Wands. There's something a bit hidden here. Okay, but I feel like this is promising with the 10 of Cups. There's a lot of potential here. All right, there's this like dreaming. There's this like, because this also can be like dreaming, right? Visioning what you want and desire for your reality here. All right, so I'm getting a bit of that. Okay. Let's get a couple cards from this. Ooh! Did you see that come flying out? You know what that is? Forgiveness, apology, grace, and kindness. So I feel like there's a bit of that. There could be somebody watching from behind the scenes, wondering who you're with and what you're doing with them. I don't know. Could be hiding behind like a fake profile here with this 7 of Cups. What's over here? Secrets, holding back. Yeah, I was kind of like getting like something's, you know, there's like an illusion here. Okay. Settling, curiosity, looking around. Triggered, can't stop overthinking. Okay, there's an issue with self-love here, which would contribute to settling for less than you deserve, or someone is settling for what less than they deserve. I feel like this is like, again, something hidden. All right. Bottom of the deck says betrayal, deception, dishonesty, getting caught up. All right. So I feel like someone is definitely watching. Okay. Seeing your glow up. Okay. And it's big. It's like you're emerging here. Okay. Interesting. There could be like, I feel like they're wanting to send messages here. There's like some sort of coordinated effort also here. They may watch you from afar. All right. They could hide in plain sight, maybe through a fake profile here, so that they can have some sort of connection to you. But I feel like there's distance here. And there's something about maybe they never apologized, or maybe they're wanting to apologize. Oh, yeah, I have a crush on you. Secret admirer. Interesting. They could be watching, right? I was picking up on someone watching. Interesting. Just so we have a little bit of clarification over here. What's going on? What are we talking about? All right. Betrayal, dishonesty, getting caught up. There's that communication, wanting to reach out. You could have them blocked now. Yeah, and then I'm getting like confessing energy. Okay. Very well then. We will continue. 3 of Cups. Victory. 6 of Wands. Success. Overcoming. Knight of Swords. Someone maybe thought that they would have some sort of successful outcome, but I'm getting That train has left the building, kind of like Elvis. Let's see, what are we getting with this? 3 of Cups. I feel like there's some sort of group. Okay, maybe there was some bad advice here, or this is a bit of, I am getting a bit of grace here. I am getting a bit of like someone maybe wanting to win at all costs and may have, they could be experiencing an ending here with this Death card. All right, going from the unknown to the known and needing to accept the inevitable, that people see you, right, in some sort of light. And it's like they may have wanted to control this narrative, maybe how people see you, what they think of you. But I feel like the messages here, the action taken here has not been prosperous for them. I feel like you're the one that's being seen as prosperous. You're the one that seems like you have it together. Look at all those wands. They're all in the upright. They're equally spaced and they're facing one another. So there's support here. Strong support. Maybe they didn't want you to have that kind of support. I'm getting like malicious energy off of this. All right, malicious energy. Yeah. Okay. What did they do? Tell me what they did, if you don't mind clarifying this a little bit more. And who's this 3 of Cups? Yeah, I feel like they're observing. I feel like there's a community, whatever community this is. So it could be family, friends, a group you used to have in common, work, whatever that is, okay? They're observing you celebrating your freedom, your happiness, your liberation, okay? Your security. There's some sort of sense of security with this. Let me just see if I can get all the cards in here. All right, look at apology. Second card about an apology. I'm sorry, forgive me, I miss us. Do you remember how I started this reading? I started reading the Ho'oponopono, all right? I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, I'm grateful for you, all right? I don't know if it's directly tied to this energy, okay? What else? What do you want to tell me? Can you tell me more about the 3 of Cups? Can you tell me more about this Knight of Swords? Look at, someone wants to redeem themselves, okay? Again, needing forgiveness. I feel like their conscience, their intuition, their vibration and frequency, okay? There's something going on with that. They might be wanting to get back into your energy, okay? Because you're high vibrational. They're experiencing confusion here. They've been wearing rose-colored glasses as it relates to whatever situation they're in. I feel like they're in an illusion here, a fantasy. There could be a bit of delusion here. All right, what did this Knight of Swords, what kind of games and plots and plans was going on here? Okay. That is causing a massive ending to their game. Directions from angels. Yeah, I feel like whatever they did, they tried to defame you. They tried to speak ill on your name, your business, and your ability to communicate and the direction that you've taken. Okay, so it's like a bit of blame game over here. All right. This Knight of Swords could either be someone associated to them, but I feel like it's someone that is wanting to communicate and wanting to somehow get back in your energy, but I feel like it could be for false pretenses. So if that's the case, we want to know. So yeah, okay, clarifying this. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, negative energy. It says toxicity, it says manipulation, and a narcissist. All right, so it's almost like you're guiding others on how to navigate and listen to their guidance, their spiritual guidance, away from toxicity, away from negative energy, away from manipulation, away from narcissists. So it's like you're using your experience and what you've learned to help others. And they don't want you to be seen in that light because they've done everything to dim your light. All right. So they've been plotting and planning to manipulate this whole time. I'm getting there was a third party here. Okay. 3 of Cups. All right. Someone may have gone towards a third party, or they were entertaining others behind your back. It also can be work related. It could be Mercury retrograde. It could have something to do with a soul contract, a past life issue, or something that played out in another lifetime that they're needing to learn from. Okay. And so this plays out in numerous ways, but this can also be family, like involving family in your dynamic, or friends in your dynamic, and, you know, choosing them over you or letting them have influence. There's influence here. Someone was heavily influenced. All right. And as a result, they were influencing others. Okay. And they were trying to control some sort of narrative here. Okay. They were trying to manipulate and control something. I feel like you're guiding people away from this energy because you've learned how to do it yourself. And so it's a skill. Okay. It's a skill. Look at, even maybe their third party is jealous of you. Maybe that's kind of what's being cleared up. Remember how we saw the card of, like, you know, receiving clarity and taking off the rose-colored glasses? I feel like they may be seeing this third party or third parties and influences differently now because the rose-colored glasses have been removed. Maybe people are seeing them now for who they are, okay? Because you're like night and day, all right? If they tried to portray that, like, you were doing all the things, I'm getting like people are taking the rose-colored glasses off and seeing them without their mask, all right? So there's truth being revealed here. I feel like this person's telling on themselves. And I feel like you're not doing anything. You're just enjoying your life. You're happy. And I feel like what goes on in someone's life is very telling. Okay. So I'm getting that. Okay. What else do you want to say about this? Fear. Yeah. I mean, a narcissist absolutely would be operating from fear. They would be creating fear. Okay. And they would be projecting fear. Okay. So if you're picking up energy that feels dense, heavy, it's your vibration's low, and it could be because there's a projection playing out here, but they're overthinking and they're holding back at this time. Again, death, talking about the end of something so that something new can begin. Okay. This could be an ego death that someone's going through. All right. So that mask that they wear, okay, the lies that they tell, the manipulation and control that they want to have over others, this is ending. Okay? This is ending. All right. Oof. Yeah, you know, your biggest victory here is that you walked away. You chose yourself. You forgave yourself and you loved yourself, okay? You could be having new experiences, traveling. I was getting some traveling over here. Yeah, this is about your growth, okay? So I feel like you're on this growth journey, okay? And then I have divine timing playing out. Okay, very good. Put these next to here. Move this. Get a little organized here. Divine timing's at play. You may have had to have a lot of patience, right, while things unfold. Okay, we have a King of Wands, fire sign energy. We have a Five of Wands. We have a Seven of Swords. Temperance. And I asked him, like, is this a blockage over here? And it's a yes, because it's like, it's literally landed on two cards as it is. And this is the King of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Temperance, which is the blockage here. Okay. So there's a blockage here, and we'll get into that in a minute. Okay, so Seven of Swords is like, this is like a snake in the grass here. Five of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. Okay, someone is experiencing a downfall. All right. Three of Pentacles. And then we have a Seven of Pentacles. Interesting. Yep, Five of Pentacles still at the bottom of the deck. I split the deck, the Devil. All right, so I feel like there's debt to pay here. All right. And there's a lot of conflict. It could have something to do with work. All right, something was done at work. They find themselves in conflict. They find themselves to have, like, they're having to look over their shoulder. Okay, so when someone has to look over their shoulder, it's because, one, they're looking to see if anyone's kind of caught on to what they've been up to. I feel like there's been a lot of, like, plots and plans here. A lot of things, like, said and done here. And then I have 3 and 7 of Pentacles. That adds up to 10 Pentacles. So I'm getting like they might have consulted with others, okay? And this was done in with like malicious energy here. They may have been making some sort of increase, growth, but I don't know that it was really what they intended it to be. Maybe they thought it was abundant where they were going. However, they find themselves there and they may be the one that's doing all the work. So it's almost like maybe they thought that they could go somewhere and they could benefit. However, I feel like they're the one that seems to be, you know, heavy with the, like, I'm not sure what to do with this situation. I'm not sure what to do with this. Like, you know, I've been working really hard and it feels like, you know, it's a bit of like reaping what you sow, okay? Because here's 2 sevens. And the 7s talk about challenges, responsibility, and personal development, okay? So it's like your intentions and your efforts, okay, your energy here, it matters. And so were you working with others to better your life and where you are in life, or are you doing it from a place of manipulation and control? So I feel like intentions are a big thing here. And I feel like because of the intentions, because of what someone wanted to do, almost like in a way to kind of like get back at someone. Okay, look at secrets, holding back. Okay, so I feel like there was a lot done here that, you know, was from a place of fear, okay, was, yeah, wanting to redeem themselves, needing forgiveness, all right? Maybe because you're happy without them and this was a way of like retaliation. I'm getting like retaliation, okay, and I'm getting like whatever story, whatever narrative they told. I feel like, you know, they're reaping what they're sowing now. Like maybe whatever this is, you know, it's chaotic now. There's drama. There's wanting to run away from something. Okay, there's conflict here. Maybe like I said, things are catching up to them. Okay, and I'm getting like it could be, you know, a King of Wands, someone who's very passion related, someone who maybe takes action before thinking or having balance. Maybe there's a bit of overindulgence going on with this Temperance angel. Like she's got a whole pitcher, she's pouring it into this little cup, and maybe this energy has been spreading themselves, you know, to a point where whatever that was, like this could be in relationships, this could be dating, you know, and having a lot of encounters. This could be over consuming, right? It represents like something's blocking this energy, okay, from really accomplishing what they want to accomplish. I feel like something's like a hindrance here. So what would that be? What would that hindrance be? And what's this? Yeah, what's the blockage? What's the overindulgence? What's the challenge here? Five of Wands. It's like doing things for the wrong reasons, right? That's what I'm getting. Doing things from the wrong reasons. All right, childhood wounds, flashbacks, ready to explode, and again, caught in the act. I'm getting this could be a blockage. Someone might have gotten caught in the act, all right? And maybe they've been trying to keep this hidden for quite a while. It could have they could have worked with others, okay, to put this together. But I feel like maybe there was some sort of like exchange of funds here. What is this? Thank you. Okay. Okay. Yeah, look at silence. So this is what comes out: separation, silence, longing for you from a distance, at a distance, okay? I'm getting like this group understands that this person is, you know, longing for you, and there is separation. Like they know that like you're no longer together. Okay, and it's almost like they may have had a hand in this. They may have done this on purpose. They may have gotten involved. Remember we saw that third party involvement? I'm wondering if it has something to do with this. I feel like there's competition here, all right? And then look, I was saying like someone worked with someone else and set something up, okay? And then there was this like exchange of money, okay? There was investment made here. Energy exchanged, and now someone's reaping what they have sown, all right? And then the card that clarifies that says evidence, law enforcement, temptation, criminal history, and avoiding 12. And then I also have energy of someone getting pregnant, okay? Or maybe they're taking a test. Someone may be focused on conceiving, or they may have used this as a way of entrapment. This could have been what this Three of Cups and Five of Wands is as well. Okay. Like someone could have been like seeing a bunch of people on the side and may have conceived. Yeah, look at emotions are running really high right now. Maybe someone wants to take like action because their emotions are running high, and that could represent Temperance, you know, in the side position too. Maybe they're wanting to take action and rush towards something, go after something. Someone is like this in and out energy. So this is someone who may like do a lot of hookups with people, in and out energy. Okay. I'm not sure, but we'll get more. All right. Look at second time jealousy is coming out, talking behind your back, being envious, being petty, attention seeking, right? And then here I have below it acceptance, self-treatment, intentions, and self-aware. Okay, so this is what they're jealous of, is the fact that you have self-love. Okay, they're trying to satisfy love for themselves in all the wrong places. Okay, and so it becomes insatiable. It's like a thirst that can't be quenched. Okay, and it just continues to build and build and build and build and build. And at this point, you know, it's an addiction. It's an obsession. Okay, someone is experiencing obsession. All right, and it's a hunger for pleasure. Okay, it's a must-have. And I'm getting like, this is what they're talking about when it comes to evidence. Law enforcement's involved, or will be, or has been. Divine timing. So take that into consideration, that, you know, everyone's timeline is different, but this is that temptation. This is what they created, and now they're reaping what they have sown. Okay. And it is rooted in, you know, pettiness, attention seeking. Okay. And, you know, trying to fill a void, right? It's like trying to fill a void that you can't fill, right? There's like constant competition here. Okay, because they're, you know, attention seeking. So yeah, they're constantly going to, or they've constantly had like a roster. Okay. I'm getting like, there's a lot of exchanges here. Okay, I'll keep this out. I'll keep this out. All right, what else do you want to share? Do you want to keep this deck? Okay. Okay, this one. Justice. So, I'm getting there's evidence. Okay, that's what the Seven of Swords is. There's evidence of wrongdoings and bad decisions. All right, legal matter, divorce, legal papers, or having to go to court for this, getting caught. Someone got caught. All right. Someone's getting caught. Someone's been caught. Someone is caught. Again, Five of Pentacles here. Look at earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. This could be like things playing out in that season. It's Virgo season right now. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. There's transformation with this. Okay. Can't stop smiling, happiness, feeling complete, and devotion. That's awesome. Guarded. Okay. Clarification around fall. Oh, okay. Inspired by you. Songs might be significant. Like you might be picking up on like song lyrics and things. Like that could be a way of someone's telepathic communication. The fire is significant. So this could be like passion. This could be, you know, someone still is holding a flame or has and is holding a flame for you. It's an emotional bond and it's telepathic love. Okay. So we're going to get more on that. All right. So someone, because there's evidence here and they're going to court, there's, you know, screenshots, there's proof, there's needing to let something go, throwing out memories and too much and trash. And then over here we have around summer. So depending on, you know, the moon here. So this is like right now if you're in the United States. If you're not, then again, like flip it. Okay, are we done with this deck for now? All right, let's put that down. We're gonna do a little bit of this. Yeah, there's trouble on the love boat here. All right, it's like the community love boat. I don't even know. Anyways, all right. Okay, put this here. Yeah, this is all this one. Okay, all right. Back to the drawing board. All right, someone's gonna have to start over, okay, from scratch and do it better this time, okay, or the next time. Look at King of Pentacles, okay? So there's an opportunity here to grow. There's an opportunity here to learn from our mistakes and do it better next time. Five of Cups. Yeah, there's, you know, someone is really distraught. When I see this card, it's like feeling like there's so much, you know, that is just, it's like overpouring with these emotions, right? Just feeling like, whew, overwhelmed by emotion. Okay. Someone is overwhelmed by emotion at this time. And then, you know, this is clarifying the moon. So yeah, that's water. A lot of emotions, a lot of feelings, a lot of memories surfacing here. So this energy could be very overwhelmed. Okay, maybe they're not one to really process their emotions. Okay, so they kind of like explode. It's like, you know, an explosion on this table. All the glasses fell over except for two, right? So it's like love lost. Okay. And then we have the World card. Love lost. It's like someone lost that loving feeling. There's a song lyric for you. World card. Oof, I feel like someone is about to be seen. Ooh-wee. That's right. You put on that dress, all right? You put on those favorite pair of shoes, like whatever that is for you, right? Like you go get your, you know, your beard, your mustache greased. Like, I don't know, is that a thing? If it's a thing, let me know. Yeah, like you're getting ready. Like you're walking through that next phase of your life. You're like, I'm showing up and showing out. Look at this Page of Wands. Like you're taking action and you're embarking on something new and you're not looking back. You're not looking back. Okay. Look at Emperor energy. The silver fox right there. Look at this silver fox. Like, come on now. Oof. Queen of Swords. Yes. Yes, yes. Oof. I feel like, you know, someone is speaking some truth. Okay. So someone's very like seeing, you know, what is really, I'm getting like future thinking. I'm getting like tapping in and creating a reality, creating a new chapter. I'm getting like this Queen of Swords, you know, air sign energy. Doesn't have to be though, but it's like like they have the bird's eye view, okay, if that makes any sense to you. And as a result of that bird's eye view, they can create the 10 of Cups, okay? So this is like strong, even manifesting energy. The communication ability, I'm getting like strong intuitive, okay? Like almost to the point of like precognition, okay? So strong extrasensory abilities here. And these are being used. Like this is being like there's something that this energy's, you know, working on, okay? And they're not playing it small with the World card and the Page of Wands. Like they didn't go through the fire for nothing, right? So it's like big purpose here, okay? And it's like crossing, I'm thinking of like the man in the boat, the one that like helps you cross, okay? It's like cross over, okay? Is what I'm getting. So let's reference like from the south node to the north node, okay? And having that higher alignment and working with higher self energy, higher consciousness is really what I'm getting with this, okay? And that's, you know, that's a specific thing that, you know, someone is very intentionally doing, okay? They are choosing this, okay? They're in alignment, Queen of Swords, okay? And they don't mince words, okay? They're very, they're good communicators and they tell it like it is, okay? And they're very grounded and rooted in truth. And, you know, using logic over emotions even. Big decision makers here. The Emperor and the Queen of Swords. Huh. Interesting. 9 of Cups here. I mean, this is like enjoying what you've created. Enjoying your life. Who's this Emperor? The 2 of Cups. All right, thank you. It's almost like they knew I was going to ask that. And then the Lovers. What? Ooh, boy. And the Hermit. This is just getting good. I feel like your life is about to be so good, okay? And it's like just on the other side, okay? It's like you're so close, right? You just like, you're about to walk down those steps into this new life, okay? You deserve it. Remember that. You deserve this. You've worked hard for this. You've put in all like the pain, sweat, and tears into this. Like, you did it, all right? Regardless of whether people wanted you to do it or not, you did it. Look at Ace of Cups, the Hermit, and the Lovers, okay? You did it. Yeah, this is like you may be connecting, like a twin might be significant, like a twin flame or soul or divine counterpart here, right? Like past life, current life. There could have been a past life connection here. And I'm getting like with this fire, a lot of fire, life path number 9 potentially, because this is like a spiritual journey here. This talks about really, you know, going on that quest and tuning into what is in alignment for you, where you're being guided. Okay, so this is like the guidance, okay? Someone is being guided straight to you. Okay, you'll be guided to one another, all right? And you are what you seek. So it's almost like they very much could represent like a mirror to you, and they're going to mirror back to you who you are. And you're a beautiful, loving, caring, kind, sweet, empathetic, psychic, and intuitive person. and you operate from the vibration of love, and that's what you're here to continue to create, and you're going to have someone to create it with. Okay? And you can leave the past behind, right? This is your biggest obstacle is releasing what no longer serves you, and let's see, not holding on to the past. Okay, I feel like you both have a lot to probably part with. This could be in common. Okay, there's like past baggage here. Okay, so we don't want to hold on to the past baggage. We want to release that with love and compassion. Okay, all right. Yeah, look at, it's about to pick up. Oof, there will be an ending though. I feel like when this happens, someone's going to be very overwhelmed because, you know, it will truly represent you moving on from them. Yeah. I feel like they're going to be repeating a karmic cycle with a Queen of Wands. Maybe that's representing who they've entertained over here. We did see that pregnancy card. So they could have karmic contracts to, yeah, look, see? Karmic contracts, okay, that they may have to be accountable for. All right, this would be that Queen of Wands and the insatiable energy, jealous, envy, attention seeking. You know, there's all kinds of stuff that they're dealing with now as it relates to their contract here and decisions. I feel like there's law enforcement here, so there could be things that are playing out. Interesting. What is this? Yeah. Just checking to see if there's someone has a secret crush on you and someone has secrets. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. All right. Two of... Look at Two of Hearts and the Two of Swords comes out. Yeah. Let's see. Four of Swords, Two of Swords. That's 6 swords. And then we have the Devil coming out. Excuse me, and burp. Yeah, there's a lot of like, I feel like someone's bad decisions, all right, from a place of fear, okay, has led them straight to, you know, having to face their shadow, okay? It's like they manifested and created fear for themselves. So it's like, here you go, here's something to fear. It's like someone's worst fears, okay, are coming to their life, coming true, okay? And look, the secret that they're still holding on to. It's like they're holding themselves hostage and bound, okay, because they're holding the secret. And their worst fear is going to come true, okay, regarding this secret, whatever this is. And I'm getting they might have done it from a place of temptation or codependency, like they may have been under the influence. And there could have been manipulation that led to whatever this was happening. And there's evidence of this. And I feel like that's their worst fear, is that people finding out the truth, okay? Specifically as it relates to something that they're hiding, okay? Okay. Okay. I'm being guided to this deck here. They're suggesting that you keep this energy blocked, okay? Anyone from that past group, okay? However they're affiliated in whatever way. It says ghost, okay? So this could have been something you did. You ghosted them, disappeared. They're pissed off because you did it like in a very cold way. There's no contact and leaving behind, all right? So continue to leave things where they're at. All right. In other words, keep them blocked. Again, this is information for you to use as part of your own personal decision-making process, right? Don't ever, make big decisions, life decisions, choices solely on a tarot reading. All right, make sure that you go within and trust your own intuition. Okay, you need to have discernment. Look at this regrets card comes out and it's like in reverse. All right, someone doesn't think that what they did was wrong. Maybe they're being forced to be accountable. I feel like they're not someone that typically apologizes, has regrets, or, they very much could be ashamed or, guilty as charged. I'm getting guilty as charged. Okay, and then I have game over, revenge. I feel like, whoever's like knowing this person or what's going on, like the whole fan club, whatever it is, 3 of Cups, 5 of Wands, it's such childish behavior, all right? And I'm getting like everybody's enjoying the show, okay? And somebody knows the truth about someone doing something to get even, and they were playing a game, and it was the revenge game, okay? So none of these people who participated or were affiliated have any access to you, and Spirit saying, keep it that way, okay? You owe them nothing. You aren't even playing their sick game, okay? Guilty as charged, okay? They part of their game to get back at you, get even at you, was to create fake profiles and pretend to be someone that they're not, okay? And they were plotting, and they were, again, social media. It could have been like social media stalkers. Specific signs are Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Yeah, so they were, so someone's worst fear that's coming out is that they're on the down low. And that's what they're afraid is going to come out, okay? Is that they've been hiding this their whole life. And as a result, like, there might have been an exchange here that they're trying to keep hidden, and it's literally going to come out, and it's their worst fear here, is people finding out that they have a lifestyle that's different, okay? Maybe different than what their friends or family or people who know them would agree with. I don't know, people do things for whatever reasons, and here's the thing, like, there's no, like, shame in that, right? If you want to be with who you want to be with, then go be with them. But don't, like, abuse others, okay, along that way. Like, that's where, there needs to be some adjusting and some healing, okay? And I feel like someone's, inner wounds, okay, because they've had to hide themselves, has certainly, affected a lot of people, and maybe these decisions weren't the best, and they're definitely having to deal with the repercussions, okay? But I would say sometimes, when we're talking about like narcissist energy, we did get a bit of that here. I'm getting like this is like a humiliation for this person, and it's for like a catalyst, okay? It's like for the sake of an ego death, okay? It's like, whatever mask this person's been wearing their whole lives, and this is collective, guys, so don't make it fit if it doesn't fit. But I know that this is definitely going on in our society more than we'd like to admit. And, it's as of wounding. It's as of, being something that you're not and pretending. And, you know, for the sake of like, you know, the emperor talks about our physical reality and being a master of the physical reality and choosing what's for you, what isn't for you. And, you know, having some sort of ability to restrain yourself and conduct yourself with, you know, some integrity, some morality, some common courtesy for others. I feel like part of this is what people are learning. It's like a whole bouquet of lessons. Okay, it's like, here you get a lesson, here you get a lesson, here you get a lesson. Okay, yeah. Like, what's truly, you know, important in life. Okay, it's often how you treat others. Okay, it's also how you feel about yourself. Like, it's your incarnation here. So what are you going to do with that? Of course, everything you choose is your free will choice. And if you choose to have certain experiences, you're wanting those experiences or whatever those lessons bring. And so we're so quick to judge is kind of my point. And I feel like this is probably their worst fear, is being judged. Okay. And I feel like they're their own worst critic. And so sometimes that's because it's like self-deprecating and self-sabotaging and, you know, really not rooted in loving oneself. And so I feel like they've been looking for love in all the wrong places. And if they could only focus back at themselves, they would be able to work through some of this and possibly not end up in a really, you know, difficult situation here that seems to be a pattern, seems to be something that they need to break free from. They may have been called to do this for their generational line, okay? And this may be coming to their awareness, okay? But they've been very trapped in their shadow. And, you know, sometimes, you know, there is light if you're willing to look up, okay? They're not looking up. They're not looking anywhere but whatever can give them instant gratification in that moment. And so I feel like that's where some of these decisions really got them stuck. And, you know, what's backed behind these decisions? It's fear. Okay. So there's like cover up energy with that. It's like having to lie about what you're thinking about and what interests you. And it's like, you know, heartache and betrayal and deception here, you know, and trying to control and manipulate constantly just to hide, you know, who you truly are on the inside and what you desire. So there's a whole lot here, okay? Confused, you know, wanting to run away, feeling invisible. I feel like where they're at, you know, it's bare minimum here. So they're feeling lost at this time. And so this is an opportunity to potentially reset, okay? Realign, refocus, okay? That's what I'm getting with this reading. I know that's a lot. So, yep. Yeah, so I feel like whoever was like messing with you, they're going to have their own shitstorm to deal with, okay? So be observant of people who you have relationships with that you would call a friend or an acquaintance. If their life is a hot mess, that is very telling, okay? So be observant. Okay. Be observant. All right, you guys. Keep your eye on the prize. All right. 10 of Cups. All right. Not settling for anything less. And you will literally create it yourself if you have to. And I think you are. So that's amazing. Stay focused and devoted to why you're here. Okay. And this is like unconditional love. Okay. This is unity. This is like higher consciousness. This is, you know, that rainbow super significant. And this is for like the growth and development of humanity, okay? And creating a better life and being a better person and, you know, being open to receive, right? Because, it's a rhythm that we all are in, right? And we determine what that rhythm is. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next reading. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Bye now.